I am starting the live stream now. So I will see all of y'all over there in just a
Yes,
few.
yes. Yes, I will be right over there on my laptop.
Yep.
In
So
the chat.
I'll see you over there. Love you.
Love you too.
Guys got it. All right, so here we go. Intro starting now.
Laughing while we storm through your fragile little scene. Hurricane girls, your nightmare and your meme. Tear it down, flip your crown. Chaos reigns, hurricane girls again. We're the hurricane girls, tearing down your world. Radical, badass, never control. We'll laugh at your rules, flip your whole plan. Feminist fury with a punk rock jam. Hurricane, hurricane girls.
Hey, everybody. You are here with the Hurricane Girls. A little bit on tape delay because this show is going out on New Year's. So it's good to be here with you. And I'll introduce everybody here. We are the Daughters of Darkness, the Sisters of Rage, the Goddess's Curse on Mediocre Men, and Nature's Happy Little Accidents. And for this day, we are all 5 years old.
Aw,
So,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So, we are the Hurricane Girls here on YouTube.com at Hurricane Girls, also WHDR Radio. And we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as everywhere else that you can get a podcast. So, welcome to the show. I hope you're actually tuning into the YouTube for this one because we're going to need to see some things here. But just to get the introductions out of the way, coming to us from the state of Alabama, Hurricane Casey and Hurricane Bex. How are you lovely ladies doing today?
Doing pretty good, Sheila. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Coming to us from the left coast out there in Cali, Hurricane Sasha. How are you?
I am. I can't even. I can't even.
And also coming from us from the this shape state right here, the salty historian, Hurricane Mary.
I'm
How are
s-
you?
I'm so glad I made it because of all days my Zoom would not log in and I'm like, no, I want to be there. So I'm so happy to be here. It snowed overnight, so I'm very cold, but I'm so glad I made it in.
Oh,
And
thank
last but certainly not least, our executive producer, representing the non-binary community here is Hurricane Alia. How are
It's
you
me.
today? It's
I'm
you.
good. How about you, sister?
Finally, good to see you on panel. And
Oh,
like, yes,
Yes.
sure. I'm so happy to be here anyway. I am honored to be especially here with all of my wonderful siblings and our beautiful guests.
yes. I am Hurricane Sheila Chappelle, America's ex-girlfriend, Category 5 Hurricane Girl, and our guest today needs very little introduction, but I will do my best. We have with us Mallory Lewis, daughter of Sherry and current lamb chop
Hi,
puppeteer.
Lamb Chop. Hello there, my little hurricanes. How are all of you doing today?
I'm just I don't know what to say to that. Hi, lamb chop.
Hello, it is lovely to see all of you, but I have a bone to pick. I want to be a hurricane girl and have a really cute piece of animation done of me.
Oh, I would love to do that. Yes, you are absolutely a hurricane girl, but I have to know, what have you got on your neck there?
Well, Mallory's got me on a leash.
Oh, why?
Well, it's not, it's not that reason. We don't play that, well, I don't play that way. Can't speak to you, thank you.
Um, Lamb Chop and I are doing the ALS Walk on a Leash Challenge with Aaron Tatum. So we got nominated by the Good Farmers.
Who are really funny guys who grow things, because they're farmers. That's what farmers do.
Good girl. And so they nominated us. And so I have done a couple of videos. The one on Lamb Chop on a Leash drops, well, not today as you are hearing this, but today as I am saying it at 3 o'clock East Coast time. And then I took Lamb Chop to the horse barn today and we walked around
With me on a leash. It's never happened. It's, but at least it's a pink leash.
Right. It's beautiful. Like, are you a flight risk though, lamb chop? Are you?
No, not really, because I really love Mallory. I wouldn't go anywhere.
Aw. Well, I'm so happy to have you here today. I feel like a little piece of my childhood is healing right now.
Oh, I'm really glad.
okay, sweetie, go hang out over there for 1 sec. 'Cause I want to talk to the grown-ups.
I don't think they want to talk to you.
I think they do. Just so interesting that you said a little piece of your childhood is healing because
Mhm.
as you know, I'm very political on TikTok.
Yes.
Very political in life. I don't think one can separate in this day and age one's politics from one's profession. And so many people tell me that seeing their childhood icon, Lamb Chub, speaking out for the people is healing for them. So to me, that is like the greatest honor to be able to like performers like to make people clap. Obviously, that's like what our
Mhm.
basic job is. But for me, to be able to make people feel better in what are incomprehensibly dark times is really special. So
Yeah. Because I found your account on TikTok and that just hearing that coming from, like I follow a couple of children's entertainers from uh who are still around from my day when I was a
right.
child, and people like Francois Clemens, Sonia Manzano, who's Maria on Sesame Street, and
Yeah.
people like yourself, and Lamb Chop, who were just an integral part of our childhood. And for me, hearing Lamb Chop, and you by proxy, of course, but or I don't know if it's the other way around or
I
not,
was
but
just thinking
yeah,
that as you said that, and then I decided I don't think it matters
I don't think
what
it
I'm
does.
saying.
But just hearing Lamb Chop say trans rights are human rights, I'm like,
Yeah.
mm, mm-mm.
Wait,
And just everything
trans
else.
rights are humans' rights?
Black people's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Children's rights are human rights.
With any luck, by the time this airs, see, how can I phrase this? The situation will be different. And because, I mean, you said this is going to air New Year's Eve, and we're shooting
Mhm.
this in, where are we? November?
November or something. It's been a long
November
year.
something. So it's been a really long year today. So because today, the Supreme Court decided that rather than fund SNAP benefits, they wanted to protect a pedophile. That was the decision today.
Which is terrible. Absolutely, they should be ashamed of themselves. Their mothers did a terrible job bringing them up.
And their fathers.
Yes, them too. But that was,
What?
I think their fathers were Satan.
I think that gives Satan a bad name.
I was gonna
Oh.
say, Satan's a
Yeah.
friend of mine, apparently. So
Yes,
yeah,
but I mean, it is just shocking that we have to say that somehow it is a liberal concept to believe in equal rights, to be kind, to be inclusive. That somehow that's radical. To me, is so radical. But
it is.
there's my soapbox for the day.
So
It's
yes,
Oh.
literally so
trans
easy.
rights are human rights. Everybody should be able to do whatever the hell they want to with people. I mean, Jesus.
Lamb chop.
It's all right. We don't have a swear filter on this show
I
at
know,
all.
but she's supposed to have one on her mouth.
Sorry.
Well, I know we all have so much we want to ask, and I'll just start, with Sherry and
Okay.
her legacy. Like, and specifically, I heard one particular thing that you said on TikTok recently about Sherry and the Red Scare and McCarthyism,
Yeah.
and just if we were wondering if lamb chop suddenly became woke or
Yeah.
not, you know.
Yeah, now that's the funny thing. People think that Sherry was the nice little lady who lived near a red barn and sang songs.
Well, she was in part, but mom hired, during the McCarthy era, mom hired blacklisted writers, and she let them write under, she paid them under the table. She let them write under any pseudonym they wanted. Mom has always stood for kindness and inclusivity. As Jews, we are very aware that what's the saying? I'm going to bastardize it, but first they came for the blacks, but I wasn't black, so I didn't care. Then they came for the Polish, and I wasn't Polish, so I didn't care. And then they came for me, and there was nobody left to care.
Mhm.
As the notwithstanding this current situation with the crazy man in Israel, the Jewish culture has always been one of extending a hand, because we are well aware what it feels like to be excluded.
Yeah. I
Again, notwithstanding the problem is all of these problems in the world right now are being caused by old white men.
definitely. And you
So
wonder why I didn't work out as one.
yeah,
So, I mean,
and you wonder why my husband's black. I don't like old white men. So
that's fair. And I know
Fair.
we have several on the panel who are kind of just sitting here a little starstruck right now by our dear friend Lamb Chop here, but I'm gonna open it up. Y'all ask
But
ask the
nothing
questions.
starstrucks you. I can tell you are someone who just jumps right into with those feet.
I do, but I'm used to having you around because see, here
Aw.
I have your sibling here.
Oh, I see a raised hand. Yes, Hurricane Isla.
Hi, I'm Alia. How are you today, Lamb Chop?
I'm good, Alia. How are you?
I am so much better now that you're here, and I'm here with all of my wonderful siblings. I love them so much, and I love you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, what are your pronouns?
Lamb Chop's pronouns are she and you.
Okay.
But
EWE?
EWE. Thank
Yes.
you.
That's
See,
clever.
yeah, it
Gotcha.
is so. Okay, go away from it. Go away, go away. It is so annoying because when I thought of that, I thought to myself, "This is great, fabulous, great job," but it doesn't do well verbally because people hear YOU. They don't hear EWE. You are like the first person I haven't had to explain it to.
Yeah,
Love
same here.
that.
So, and then somebody said to me, well, isn't that going to be offensive because you're making light of pronouns? And I'm like, I'm not making light of pronouns. People should, first of all, jokes always walk a line. Like that's
Mhm.
comedy is about poking. But second of all, everyone should be able to call them whatever pronoun. Why does anyone care what people's pronouns are except to treat them with respect
Or disrespect,
or
as the case
disrespect?
may be.
And
Yeah.
then when people go, oh, it's just so hard for me to remember. I'm like, Alzheimer's? Why is it hard for you to remember? I don't get. And then they go, well, it's there are only two sexes. I'm like, okay, I'm actually a brunette. Like you get to make choices. And there, I am so on team all of you, I can't even tell you.
I love that.
So,
No, I think it's yeah, I think when it comes to that sort of thing, like nobody has a problem when a woman gets married immediately changing to
immediately
her
changing her
new
name.
name.
Exactly.
Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody has a problem with nobody goes up to someone wearing glasses and be like, you can't really see.
Right, exactly.
Like, no.
Oh, Maggie. I'll be like, I know.
Yeah, I
No.
mean it is, but also I think it's there is a certain amount of intent that has to be read into
Mhm.
situations because people are going to make mistakes,
Sure.
particularly older people, particularly if it is obvious to you, spelled YOU, if it's obvious to you, but not to another person because you may be presenting differently than your designated pronouns. I think one has to really take into account the intent with which the person is misgendering.
Yes.
Because, you know, like I live in Portugal. Now, I don't care what pronouns I chose for myself or I felt represented me. The 80-year-old little Portuguese lady is not going to get it. And it's not that the little 80-year-old Portuguese lady would mean to be offensive. They're just sometimes people, but yes, she probably would get the fact that Susie married Bob Smith and is now Susie Smith, which is another thing. I have been married 4 times. Finally got it right. Totally got it right this time.
Practice makes
But
perfect.
but practice makes perfect. But somebody the other day was like, when are you going to take Brian's last name? And I'm like, I've never taken any of my husband's names. And in fact, I took my mother's name, which wasn't even her legal name because she was born Shari Hurwitz. Then she married a guy named Stan Lewis, became famous while she was married to Stan Lewis, divorced Stan Lewis, kept Lewis, married my dad, who was Tarcher. So I just think it's really funny because, at any rate,
The name
I think
is the name is just a descriptor for you.
exactly. I have a feeling that my camera is extremely dirty. So for about 1 second, I'm just going to be rubbing it to see if, in fact,
That cleared
is
it
that
up a little
better?
bit. Just yeah, it's
Yay!
better. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited. I thought I just had the filter cranked too high.
It's all right. We'll blame Lamb
God
Chop.
love TikTok filters.
Yes.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
panel. What do you want to ask? Sasha, I know you must have a question.
I'm just trying to keep it together.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on.
Okay, so which one of you guys lives in Los Angeles or on the West Coast?
I live in California.
And where in California do you live, if you're comfortable saying?
Sure. I live in very, very Southern California, right on the border of Mexico and Arizona.
Nice.
Mhm.
We are from Malibu.
Oh, okay. I love Malibu.
Yeah. Yeah. We cannot wait to sell the house. Bye, America.
That's actually a good question. Like, you moved to Portugal.
Yeah.
Was it the condition here in the States that prompted that?
During Trump 1.0, I surfed Portugal porn nonstop. Now, in my case, what that meant was real estate. And I didn't pull the trigger. And I'm so mad at myself for not having pulled the trigger. And then when it seemed clear that he hadn't died and was in fact going to run again, I said to my husband, if he wins, we're gone. And so we were on a trip to Europe, which we had planned to fall over the election. We arrived in Portugal on the morning of the 5th. We had two plans. One was to celebrate with our friends who live here with a bottle of champagne. Yay, Kamala, woohoo! And the other was to meet with their immigration attorney. That's what we did. And I have to say, oh, this kills me to say, I owe my current happiness to Donald Trump because I love Portugal so much and I wouldn't have moved here. I would have moved to I mean, we were out of LA anyway. I would have moved to Steamboat where my son lives. But because that fat orange, and because he's in the office, and really what it did is it exposed the underbelly of America, because one man is not the problem. He's barely awake most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so and even the group that surrounds him, which are truly evil, really horrible people, but a third of our country voted for him. That means I personally despise 1/3 of the country. And I have no respect for the third that didn't vote. So I thought, I'm out. I don't want to live with these people. I don't like them. Like if this was, they were shitty roommates.
I spent
They
Trump
trashed-
1.0.
Yeah, they trashed the place. Then they alienated all the neighbors. They're just like shitty roommates. So
I spent Trump 1.0 living in China. That was nice too.
wow.
Yeah. It was nice not having to put up with the fuckery for those, but then COVID came and here we are.
Right.
So
What were you doing?
Mary, what was I doing over there? I was teaching and acting.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was in a few movies that nobody here has ever seen.
That's okay. When people ask me what I do here, I find it because nobody in Portugal grew up with lamb chop.
Right.
So I just go, and then I feel really stupid saying this because I'm a 63-year-old Jewish lady. I go, oh, kind of an influencer.
Love it.
And then I laugh every time I say it because it sounds so silly coming out of my mouth. But what's interesting is when people meet lamb chop, even if they're full-grown adults, Portuguese, never heard of lamb chop, they make what we call the lamb chop face, which looks like this. So for those of you listening, not watching, that is, imagine just a giant smile. So it is very gratifying to me that she continues to make new friends.
That.
So
Mary, did you have a question you wanted to ask?
Oh, so many, except I'm going to go from the historical perspective because otherwise I wouldn't be the salty historian. So history is not afraid to vilify women, especially when they are intelligent and powerful and are better at it than men. So then when everyone sees a puppet, they're like, oh, lighthearted, let's sing. It's an escape, right? So do you feel like lamb chop lets you be more free with your opinion because people are going to see the cute and look past it?
lamb chop let mom be more free with her opinion. Because I am very much my mother's daughter. She had something I don't have, self-control. So she would never she never would drop an F-bomb on a podcast. Like that just would not have happened.
Oh, we will.
Yes.
Fuck that. We
But
will.
she also was born in 43. So you have to, people often mistake me for mom because I'm the same age mom was when she died in her early 60s. So she was born, she would be in her 90s by now. So some of her ladylikeness in public had to do with the generation that she was born in. But she was really, really strong and opinionated. And yes, Lamb Chop could say things that she wouldn't say. There is pretty much nothing that I wouldn't say because I am, as they say, fresh out of fucks. So I don't even have, the jar of fucks. I don't even have dust.
No,
No.
not a thimble.
Now, would I say that if I had Lamb Chop on my hand? No, because that tenuous grasp on self-control I still have. But Lamb Chop Lamb Chop's very good at asking the questions, that very pointed questions. So that's one of the ways how I utilize her. Like, I don't know whether it's a video that I have put out yet, or by New Year's it will have been a video I put out. But she's like, why are we even asking? Why is it even a question that children should be fed? Because why is it? I mean, why is it a question that children and women, and I suppose men, fine, need medical care?
If we have to.
If we have to, why is it that men can get whatever the pill is for their peepees?
Yes.
They can get that, but I can't get my hormones. My hormones actually do things like make my bones strong, make my pancreas work. I'm not sure what it does, but I know it affects it. I'm not sure what my pancreas does also, but my women's hormones keep their body alive.
Yes.
Yet that is not covered by insurance. But God forbid a man have a limp, what, he can get on his insurance the little blue pill or whatever it is.
It's funny because estradiol is also a little blue pill.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah. And they
what's the
wonder
difference?
they wonder why we're angry. That's why we're angry.
It's probably because we haven't made them a sandwich yet, or something like that. In their mind, they think that that's all we need to do.
I will make a sandwich, and that is a threat.
See, my husband and I actually fight about who gets to cook. We both love to cook. My husband was the retired fire chief for the city of Los Angeles. And, firemen cook.
They're big cooks.
Sure.
And the one thing I had to train my husband on was not to cook for 16 hungry men. I'm like, there's 2 of us, sweetie. And one of us, I'm only willing to eat leftovers the next day. Like, I don't want to have the same meal 3 days in a row.
Right,
So
right.
he would make lasagnas that were like the size of my upper body. And I'd be like, there's 2 of us. So that's the only, I was gifted by the universe a super kind, loving, supportive, handsome. Did I mention handsome? Man, but without a misogynistic bone in his body, which is amazing considering that his career was built on being strong and putting out dangerous things, not just rescuing cats from trees. But yeah, I got lucky.
Casey Bex, you got any questions over there?
Let her go first.
Sure.
Here's a really good one. I had a thought earlier because I know that with the Winnie the Pooh series, the actual Christopher Robin hated it and was bullied over it and denied any money from the legacy that his own name created. And you seem to have gone the extreme opposite of that and fully embraced the legacy of Lamb Chop. And I was wondering what your thoughts on that might be.
Well, I love lamb chop, and I think that is evident. And she loves me. She is a literal embodiment of my mom to me. And my mom and I were really, really close. She died when I was pregnant with my only child. Um, I always thought it was, I don't know, I never felt in competition with lamb chop, not as a child. I've always worked with my mom. I ghost wrote her column when I was 12.
Oh,
I
wow.
traveled, yeah, I got my own byline too. She paid me fifty bucks a column, which was a lot of money when I was 12. Um, Actually, I would take that right now because I'm not earning any money. Uh, but um, but yeah, no, I don't make anything off the dog toys. My father made some poor choices in terms of that, but he made poor choices in terms of everything. So, and I am very good friends with with one of the people who owns Multipet, who owns the dog toys or has the rights. I don't wish them ill. I am thrilled that Lamb Chop is in everybody's homes. Um, that keeps mom's legacy alive. It keeps Lamb Chop alive. Do I wish that I saw some money off of those toys? Yeah, but since I can't do anything about that, I might as well not be a bitch and be resentful. And I feel like if you can try to stay happy, your skin will be better.
Right. I had a question about the puppet itself, or them, you self. Sorry, wrong pronouns. Yes. I had a question about Lamb Chop. This version, is this an original show version, or
So first of all, I want to thank you for using my pronouns.
you're very
Nobody's
welcome.
ever done that before to me. They just go, ha, 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 and then they forget. So thank you. And yes, I am an original. I'm one of the ones that you grew up watching.
Oh my goodness. You look in great shape.
Thank you. I have
What's
a really good seamstress.
Well, I just wanted you to know, Lamb Chop, that you inspired my eyelashes.
Oh, let me see when I get it. Oh, they are beautiful.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Hurricane Sim, our resident therapist from Illinois. Well, glad you could get past the technical
I
difficulties.
apologize for my tardiness. I was not wanting to miss this at all. I was so shocked and excited about you being here. So I apologize from the bottom of my heart,
That
sir.
is okay.
Well, we're gonna,
I think we need to talk about how I ended up on this show. I think what
yeah,
was you
it
which
was
one of
me.
you guys reached out?
It was
Okay.
me. Yeah.
So my mother used to have a saying, it is amazing how you don't get what you don't ask for.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
Yes.
you were like, hey, it would be fun to have you on the podcast. And I was like, okay, here's my email. But you don't get what you don't ask for. So in
People
life,
ask me that all the time. They're like, "How
yeah,
do you get the guests that you get on Hurricane Girls?" Since we're a small podcast, you
You're the
know.
bestest podcast.
And I think, it is that you get what you ask for,
yeah,
or you don't get what you don't ask for. So
yeah.
I've been telling everybody how easy it was to book in comparison to some others, because sometimes I have to go through agents, I have to go through booking agencies and things like that, and they're like they want to know the numbers, they
I,
want to know everything
I'm
like
Lamb
that.
Chop's people, but I don't have any people.
I love it. Well, Sim,
Yes,
since you're here and we've already asked our question, we've already asked questions. It's your turn. What did you want to ask of Mallory and Lamb Chop?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to be dumb because I came in late, so I don't want to ask anything that's already been asked. Gosh. I guess, like, and I'm sure Sheila covered this. I mean, I think you being here, it covers a part of our Gen X part that has been, I think, struggling for a while. I think all of us are kind of going through things. And so, these pockets of things that are from our childhood, I think, mean a lot to us. So I guess my question, and maybe they've already asked this, and if they did, I apologize. Um, when did you kind of know that you wanted to kind of pick this up? I've seen some of your clips, and you kind of talked about like your mom didn't had do this aspect with you. That wasn't how you kind of interacted, right? This was her job. How did you kind of decide you wanted to?
I always worked with my mom. So even though when I was a child, I had very few one-on-one, I don't know, did we talk when I was little?
Well, sort of. Mallory would tell me stuff and I never tattled on her. I'm like, what kind of little crime the 6-year-old commits? She left her sweater in the taxi or something. I don't know. But
Thanks for outing me now.
But yeah, it's so hard to explain to people.
I know. We're sisters. We were raised as sisters. And I went from being the little sister to being the big sister in 6 years. And our whole family has always revolved around Lamb Chop.
That's because I'm the star.
And when mom passed, it didn't occur to me that I was going to take over Lamb Chop, because it didn't occur to me my mother was ever going to die. Because we only had 6 weeks notice from death sentence to actual death. And on mom's deathbed, it was pretty clear what she wanted. And I
So she just did it.
and I never had to learn, how do you do? People always go, "Oh my God, how did you learn Lamb Chop's voice?"
And I say, what do you mean learn my voice? I've been talking for myself for almost 70 years. So all Mallory has to do is hold me upright.
Yes.
Bex,
you
did
know-
you? I'm
I hope I
sorry.
look at that good when I'm 70, is all I'm saying. 'Cause
Right?
I saw some of the beginning clips, Lamb Chop, when Lamb Chop was very little. I saw some of the older clips on your TikTok, I think. And I'm just, Lamb Chop, you age very well, dear.
Thank you. I bathe in light.
I love it.
So the fact of the matter is, I think a lot of the children's entertainers, Steve from Blue's Clues, I think a lot of us are like, if you worked for PBS in the 90s, or had your show on PBS, you were really proud of yourself because you were doing good things. You were making the world a better place. And everybody was aware of the value of what we were doing. And I think we're all really friggin' sad. And so, I mean, you'll see Steve is on TikTok.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just really sad because this was not what we worked for. Nobody got rich on PBS, believe me. It was, our craft service table had like bags of M&Ms, not half a dead cow. But we all thought that we were making the world a better place and helping kids.
And you were.
And you
You
were.
were. Yes,
Yeah.
and you still are.
Thank
Let's be very clear. The venues have changed. Like PBS exists, as it existed when we were a child in the 70s, 80s, and around in 60, anywhere from the 60s to the 90s, was very much the audience was captive because we didn't have all the distractions. Now we're on the internet, we're on TikTok, which is a really shitty app, but it's also a very democratic sort of app because it lets you build your own algorithms for the most part. But like getting to see that kind of thing online is still something that I don't want you to discount the impact that has,
I like
because
the fact that I can reach out to Lamb Chop's adults as opposed to Lamb Chop's children's, because I don't particularly have a thing for performing for children. I mean, I don't mind it, but I love, I'm Jen Jones. I refuse to claim the boomer thing because I'm just not. Um, I have less maturity. I don't know. You know what Jen Jones is? It's like from 1964 to 1958. It's the
Mhm.
group because the boomer generation, they tried to lump like 30 years in there. And that started like right after post World War II. No. So I see the psychologist nodding, agreeing, and
Yes.
yes, thank you. I don't know what the historian's doing. The picture's too small, but and so I really love reaching moms and Lamb Chops kids meeting them where they are now.
I love it. Like,
And that's such a tenet in therapy. I mean, and just to clarify, I'm just a therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but I think that
But you
that's the
play one on
fundamental.
TV.
I could see it on TV.
mhm.
I think that's the important thing is meeting people where we are now. And I think one of the things to me, why you mentioned, Steve from Blue's Clues, and I think if Mr. Rogers was alive today too, I mean, I think he'd be a part of that resurgence. I think, you know, my theory is that, as kids, we're kind of they grew up through the PBS kind of notions. I think we were taught that everyone's accepted, everyone's loved, everyone has value, everyone has all these things. And I think my opinion is that I think part of the reason that we're struggling so much is that we're a lot of us are living in a society where the reality of that is being questioned and challenged. And so to see people from our childhood, kind of speaking up and saying, we're still there and we still accept you and we still meet you where
Validate.
you're at, it heals us because it's like, no, we aren't alone. We still have those
And
anchors that taught us
also,
those
you're
lessons.
not crazy. It is what you were taught. Like
Mhm.
this paradigm, this post-COVID paradigm feels like such a like how did I get onto the shitty side of history? I
Right.
I was like, remember Obama? Remember how good that felt having that intelligent, calm, well-spoken, multilingual,
Yes.
educated,
Eddie.
philosophical human being leading the free world. I felt like, damn, the grown-ups are in the room.
Mhm.
Now it's like there's a poo throwing toddler in the room.
Yes.
It is really, but you didn't misremember your childhood. You were raised on inclusivity
Mm.
and kindness and acceptance. And so I
Mhm.
think it is, it's really disturbing now because it's like, did I remember that wrong? Like a Star Trek episode where he can't quite tell if he's in a parallel universe until Spock cracks a joke. Um, okay, I'm obviously the only Star Trek fan in
No,
the
you're
room.
not.
No,
I'm
No,
that's
you're
such
not
a
not. You're
true.
good. You're good.
I was met with such dead silence. I'm like, oh God,
No,
No,
okay.
you're
you're
abs
good.
I
We were
was waiting
nodding.
for the I was
Yeah,
waiting
maybe
for
I
the
should have used a TARDIS reference because this is
no, same. Yeah,
okay.
you're gonna get me on that too.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
huge.
think we all grew up on, and I always think of Mr. Rogers as sort of the
Yes.
pinnacle of acceptance, and we all
Yeah,
sort of that you wonder why we're such woke cocks out here. But
right.
look at Mr. Rogers and
Look at
look
my
at
mom.
Sesame Street, look at Sherry,
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
do all
when
that.
we, when we shot Play Along in the early 90s, this is before DEI, this was before if you think back on Play Along, we had kids of every color on that
Yes.
show.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And if you think it was easy to cast because we shot in Vancouver, a and in Vancouver back in the 90s, there were very few truly Black kids. Like there's a lot of
Hmm.
mixed families because they haven't given a fuck in a long time up there. But there was very few. And so we not only had to have a Black kid, but they had to be Canadian because of Canadian content. And they had to be talented because our kids didn't just sit there like lumps on a log. They danced with mom. They did, all the stuff.
saying.
We
Yeah.
worked so hard to make sure we had multiracial casting
I
because
want to
Molly,
get because we've all asked our questions. I want to make sure Bex gets hers in here. What's your question that you would like to ask?
Okay. Ooh, excuse me. First off, hi. I didn't really grow up with lamb chop. I was born in '96, so I'm kind of younger
She's the
generation.
baby.
My goodness, that is so sad. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm perfectly
I
fine.
have her now. She's
Okay.
my sister.
So my question is actually, if you like to answer lamb chop too, you can answer, but this is actually for Mallory. I know lamb chop is the big star. She's everybody's favorite, and I don't want you to have to pick between your siblings. But if you had to guess who the other favorites between Hush Puppy and Charlie Horse were for the children who grew up with them, who do you think that would be?
I think it would be Hush Puppy because he's so sweet.
I think she's right. I think, which one's your favorite?
I actually like Charlie Horse.
You did. Hang on one sec, sweetheart. Would you mind seeing if Charlie could come out and play for a moment? Thank you.
Yeah, he's really cute.
He is really cute. What's your favorite thing about Charlie?
At first when I saw him, and I hope he doesn't take offense to this, but I thought he was a bunny.
Yeah. Okay.
But I just like his little characteristics. I think he's adorable. Like
Oh.
facial structures and his personality. He seems like he's the shyer one of the group.
Do you
I love
find
you, husband.
do you find that when you're doing I don't know if you do live performances. I mean you're in Portugal, but
I do occasionally. I do mostly charity events in Portugal.
do you find that when you're interacting with people with Charlie Horse or Lamb Chop or anything like that, do you find when they talk to Lamb Chop that they speak and look directly to Lamb Chop and just kind of
Oh, of
forget you're
course
there?
they do. Of course
Ah,
they do.
yes.
Yeah,
Charlie Horse.
no, nobody other talks to Mallory. She's the least interesting out of all of the siblings. They, a lot of times, no, really, you are. Thank you for that. No, yeah, no, everybody always talks directly to me, of course, because I'm, the older brother, and then sometimes to Hush Tuppy because he's sweet, and yeah, I guess they love that little lamb a lot, so they talk to her. No, not that he talks to Mallory. Thanks. It's all right. Good to see you. Thanks.
How is everybody just not in tears? I've been in tears this whole
I'm crying. No, I am like literally like sitting here going crying.
Do you see this shit-eating grin on my face right now? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm a mess.
Yeah,
Yes.
mostly because I'm here, because I know you love lamb chop. But come on,
Listen.
look at this profile. Look at
Charlie
these
Horse is the
baby
OG. We
blues.
love it.
Yeah.
No, I am seriously like I've been adulting for the past forever, and this is like I'm just like like I said at the beginning of the show, we're all five right now.
I'm
Yes.
so
And
glad. Do you know what the worst thing is? When, again, I'm older than all of you. I'm 63, and I hate having to be an adult. And there's like nobody that I can throw off adulting onto. There's nobody left who's adulter than I am. And that really, really sucks.
it does.
Yeah, because she is not very good at being an adult. It is not her greatest strength, let us say.
Mine either. I am sure the rest of us would identify as well.
Right. You can
But
be
yeah,
an adult. You don't have to be a grown up.
Yeah.
right.
Honestly, yes.
I can't turn my camera around here, but I have toys everywhere. I've got Rainbow Bright, I got Care Bears, and all of this stuff, and I've got, of course, my lamb chop sitting here.
Oh, yeah,
And
I see.
like I
No.
refuse to grow up. I'll be an adult, but I'm not growing up.
No,
That's too much
it's
to
not,
ask.
it is not good for your health.
It's not. No. Oh, look at the stuffies over
can
at Bex and Casey's. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
These are the ones within easy reach. There are more.
Yeah.
Let me see. I have my teddy bear from the day I was born.
Wow.
Oh, me too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the one thing I have from childhood and the only thing I didn't want to throw away.
yeah,
So,
yeah. No, Teddy loves you. I mean,
yes,
like, Teddy loves you. Teddy
Teddy's
has,
stuck with me longer than my parents did. And I had I'm still single-ish right now, and so I had a date come in,
but you
sit
may not,
down.
you may be not single-ish by the time this airs.
Oh, I plan on not being single by the time the
Mhm.
sun sets tonight, but
Okay. Okay, so
like
the date came in, yes.
yeah, but like, so they came in and looked at my sofa over here, which is full of Care Bears and stuffies. And they were like, "What's the deal with the Care Bears?" And I'm like, "They've been here longer than you. They will be here after you. Don't even,
Oh, I
don't
like
even
it.
play
I
with
like
that."
it. I like it when a woman is tough.
Yes.
The baby
Good job.
Charlie Horse is a good man horse.
Yes, no, I
Yeah.
really am. I am.
Yeah.
I am very pro female. I think that because let's face it, girls love horses, and I am a horse.
Yeah, we do. Of course.
Get out of here.
Horse, horse.
I don't know. Maybe I'll date Charlie. Like,
He's available. I mean, it's just going to be very long
very
distance.
long distance,
And
yes.
now that I think about this, that means somehow I have to be involved in it.
Be a little weird, like marry, like dating
I mean, I'm open to giving it a shot, but
a Siamese twin or something like that,
right, something.
Yeah, or conjoined twin. Sorry, I'm still stuck back
Luckily,
in the 80s.
luckily, I can, with lamb chop in particular, but with all of them, I am perfectly capable of kind of going out of personal focus and just letting them. They are such well-defined personalities. I don't have to think, what would lamb chop say? What would Charlie say? Because they would react to the same situation totally differently.
I saw a clip, and I'm gonna bastardize kind of what you said, but and I apologize, but I saw a clip that I thought was really interesting. Like you talked about how like the with lamb chop there's years written on like when different parts of lamb chop were created, I think. And you talked about how like different parts of like like your mom's soul was kind of imbued in those in
Yes.
some way.
Yeah. There's under in the orifice.
Mhm.
Uh, there's some say 88, some say 92, whatever the year they were created, and then A, B, C, D, E, or whatever, depending on how many we made in a year. Um, and the older the chop, the stronger I feel mom's presence.
Now,
And
question if you don't mind, Mallory. I know we might be running out of time, but I just thought of this. With the way ventriloquism is now compared to how it was back then, I know some puppets have different types of mechanics and different types of things in order to make their mouths, arms, and hands work. Do you think that it's gotten better, or do you think it's a little more complex compared to the simple hand puppet?
I think the magic of ventriloquism is the relationship between the performer and their puppet. And I don't think, I mean, lamb chop is a sock. And Charlie is felt. Hush Puppy is similarly of the sock-like persuasion. My teddy bear doesn't even have a mouth, but I can make Teddy come alive because you have to, I think if you love your puppet, that's what matters. And I mean, I treasure her and she loves me. And so it is the relationship that one believes in. It's not, now, that's not to say that if, you have an animatronic puppet and you're a good ventriloquist, you can have a relationship with the most expensive animatronics in the world. But I think the magic is in the relationship.
I know that we don't have you for too much longer, as I know you had to get going here soon. So I want to give everybody one more
Speed
one more.
round.
Well, yeah, let's do a speed round here. Doesn't have to be we're going to treat this as our final thoughts for today. So I'm going to start over here with Alia.
Thank
Final
you.
thoughts for today.
First of all, I just want to say how very dare any of you say puppet whenever we're talking about these absolutely real, fully organic, real people. And I don't know how I feel about it. But anyway,
Alia
um,
wins the speed round.
I thank you so much. Once again for being here, Mallory. It has been so healing, like more healing than I actually thought it would be. And I was debating on whether or not I wanted to make my debut appearance actually on camera with these wonderful women. Um, but I'm so glad that I did because and I was a caregiver for my sister growing up, and so you helped me give care to my sister and teach her about caring and kindness. And I just really appreciate all the things that your mother did and what Lamb Chop and all of Lamb Chop's other siblings did. And it can't be understated that, and I think the message that I got from today that's the most important is that it is so much easier to be kind and to be yourself than it is to do anything else.
I am
And
so touched and moved by your words. It makes me feel very validated, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good in the world,
oh,
which I think is
absolutely.
what everyone wants to feel. Somebody said, just be yourself because everybody else is already taken. And I think you're all wonderful.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Casey,
One of-
your final thoughts for tonight.
One of the things I go by is in a world full of roses, be a sunflower.
Love that.
Yes. Casey, what's your final thoughts for tonight?
I was just sitting here listening and thinking about our mom was a first grade teacher my entire childhood and didn't retire until I was well into adulthood. And when I tell her I was on a podcast with Lamb Chop, she's not going to believe me.
I have the recording. I'll let you have it.
Until she sees it with her own eyes, she's not going to believe me. But I know she showed Lamb Chop to her students on certain days, like reward days, things of that nature. So it's sentimental to me for that reason, and I'm really glad I was able to join today.
I love that. Tell your mommy I said hi.
Bex, your final thoughts for today.
Well, I don't have many final thoughts, but I'm happy to be a part of this podcast, and I'm happy to meet Lamb Chop herself and also the wonderful Mallory as well. I appreciate being on here, and also Charlie Horse. Hi.
She's very happy to have met Charlie.
By special request.
I'm happy to have met all of them.
Sim, what's your final thoughts for today?
Oh, my Gen X heart is very happy, and I think if you ever doubt the lasting impression that Lamb Chop and Lamb Chop siblings have made, come back to this because we are such a small sample of everyone out there that still is healed by the presence of you and what you bring into the world, what you're still bringing into the world. So I guess I just want to say thank you on behalf of all the people out there that don't have the privilege of being able to talk with you today.
You guys are really nice. Thank you.
We're nice to people who deserve being nice. You're
There.
salty, Mary. What's your final thoughts?
So I keep saying I'm not going to cry on these shows, but here I am.
I've been
So
crying.
I'm not going to have a chance like this again. So can I talk to Lamb Chop?
Of course. Hang on, sweetie. Don't put the cocktail down. It's not time. Stop it.
Hello.
Hi, Lamb Chop. So hearing you say hell gave me life. Um,
Oh, oh
but
dear.
I have been like Sheila said, I've been a 5-year-old this whole time. So I have to ask you a question from little girl Mary. What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur. That's a really good question. I think I like two of them. I like the Triceratops because I like its big horny things, and then I like the Velociraptor because sometimes I wish I was one so I could rip people's heads off.
Yes.
There's a question I never have been asked. And all I could think of was, okay, my son,
Thank you.
when he was little, he had dinosaurs. I'm like, what was the green one? What was the green one? So
It was the
Thank you, Lamb Chop.
Triceratops. Yeah.
Thank you, Lamb Chop.
What was your favorite dinosaur?
Ankylosaurus, because it was a vegisaur, but it had that club at the end of its tail, so it didn't let you mess with it.
Oh, I love that. What was the one with the really long neck?
Brachiosaurus.
It was a brachiosaur.
Brachiosaurus. Okay.
Yeah. And Sasha, your final thoughts for tonight?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Lamb Chop and Mallory.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it together, guys. I'm trying. But earlier when you were talking about representation and why that's so important, and I grew up in a very small rural town of mainly immigrant parents. So like to know that you've reached, this like little Mexican girl, somewhere in the world, and
es muy importante
yes.
todos personas igualmente.
Exactamente.
Yeah.
So it was cool being able to turn on the TV and watch a show where there were just so many different types of kids, some that looked like me. And they had Mexican names or Spanish names, and we talked about this earlier with
Now you're
my
making
friends.
me cry.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked about this earlier with our group here, how I just, I didn't have a lot of toys. I didn't have, a lot of stuff like that. But I always watched Lamb Chop. That was like the one show that I never missed. And
Gracias.
drove my mother crazy singing the end song of
Yes.
It goes
Goes
on
on
and
and
on,
on,
my
my
friend.
friend.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. Okay.
Yes, I drove her crazy.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you
drove her
guys.
crazy.
Thank you guys so much. This has been the most heartfelt. I do a lot of podcasts and interviews. This one truly special and heartfelt. You are all lovely human beings.
Thank
who
you.
Clearly watched a lot of PBS.
Yeah.
And clearly you turned out really nice, which was the whole point. We were supposed to be in a world of nice people. You were misled. You're not crazy. That was the promise. I, I'm sorry that the grown-ups, and I guess since I'm older than you, I count as one. I'm sorry that this is how the world has turned out, particularly because it is really up to all of you to right the ship.
But I think that I think that for as long as there's people like you and there's people like
Mhm.
like Steve and people like Michael, who's taking over Reading Rainbow, and
I
from
love
LeVar
him.
Burton. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
mean it. I think for as long as there's people like that out there to continue carrying the torch, I think we're gonna be all right. Sheila, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. First of all, where do we find you, Mallory, on the web? Like,
you can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram is Mallory Lewis and Lamb Chop. For some reason that was taken on TikTok when I signed up, but honestly, if you go to the little search thingy and you put in Mallory Lewis, I am what pops
and you
up,
got the blue check.
at
So,
least on my own phone.
yeah.
So, um, my website is MalloryLewisandLambChop.com.
You notice how she takes top billing even though I'm the star?
Honestly.
That's because you only have mittens, you can't type. So, and that's pretty much where you can find me these days. If anyone's coming to Lisbon, give me a shout out.
Yes.
So
I am so happy. Is my final thoughts. I get the as the host of the show, I get to the privilege of that, and this today is no different. Lamb Chop, thank you so much for bringing Mallory to speak to us today. And honestly, I feel I am at a rare point where I have no words, and it's just healing to be here and to watch everybody reconnect with their childhood and to watch us remember something in life that was pure, that is pure, and that is still good, and that is still here with us. And I believe that Sherry would be looking down upon us today and would be smiling at what's going on, and uh, she still lives through you, Lamb Chop, and through you, Mallory, and through everything that you do. Thank you so much for
so
all
much.
that you
You are
continue to
all
do.
so brave. You are all so brave. You are all an inspiration.
We're going to be a little bit more brave going out of the show, I think. So thank you for that.
Excellent.
We usually end the show with a song. And what I would like to do is have everybody join in on the song that doesn't end for just a round or two, if that's
I
okay
think
with you,
we
Lamb
could do
Chop.
that. I
All
think
right.
we could do that.
Lamb Chop,
Three.
you got to start us off, though.
This is the song that
That doesn't
doesn't end.
end.
Yes, it
Yes, it
goes
goes
on
on
and
and
on,
on,
my
my
friend.
friend.
Some
Some people
people start
started
singing
singing
it,
and
not
not
knowing
knowing
what
what
it
it
was.
was, and
And
they'll
they'll
continue
continue singing it
singing it
forever
forever.
just
So please,
because
that
this
is
is the
the
song
song
that
that
doesn't
doesn't
end.
end.
Yes, it
It
goes
goes
on
on
and
and
on,
on,
my
my
friend.
friend.
Some
Some people
people started
started
singing
singing
it,
and
not
not
knowing
knowing
what
what
it
it
was.
was.
And they'll
And they
continue
continue.
singing it forever just the
Thank
Oh,
you.
wait. Don't slam the
Door.
door. There you go.
All
Yay!
right, for Hurricane Mary, Hurricane Sim, for Hurricane Sasha, Hurricane Alia, Hurricane Casey, Hurricane Bex, Hurricane Mallory, and Hurricane
Woo!
Lamb Chop. Chin up, tits out, ladies. Have a great new year.
Eyes, tits, teeth.